Most people believe they are trying to avoid pain. They say they want peace. They say they want change. They say they want something better. But if you watch human behavior closely, something strange appears. People don't actually avoid pain. They avoid uncertainty. This is why so many individuals stay trapped in lives they openly complain about. Jobs they hate. Relationships that drain them. Habits that slowly destroy their confidence, not because these things feel good, but because they feel familiar. And familiarity creates a sense of psychological safety. Pain that you recognize feels controllable. Pain you understand feels survivable. Pain you can predict feels less dangerous than peace you cannot imagine. Today, we're going to explore a difficult question. Why does the human mind choose suffering it already knows over freedom it does not yet understand? And why does change something we claim to want feel so threatening to the nervous system? To answer this, we need to stop looking at motivation and start looking at how the mind is wired. We are raised with a comforting story about human nature, that people are motivated by happiness, that we naturally seek pleasure and avoid pain. It sounds logical. It feels optimistic, but it's wrong. Psychology shows us that the human brain is not designed to chase happiness. It is designed to avoid unpredictability. Your brain's primary responsibility is not fulfillment. It is survival. And survival depends on one thing above all else: being able to anticipate what happens next. When the brain evaluates a situation, it does not ask, will this make me happy in 5 years? It asks, can I predict the outcome? This is why familiar pain feels safer than unknown peace. Familiar pain has rules. It has patterns. It has a known emotional cost. You already know how it hurts. You know when it hurts. You know how to recover just enough to continue. Unknown peace, on the other hand, has no guarantees. Peace may demand growth. Peace may require responsibility. Peace may expose you to disappointment on a higher level. And the brain hates environments without a script. So it chooses what it can predict, even if that choice slowly destroys you. Familiar pain is not a metaphor. It is a psychological condition. Familiar pain refers to emotional suffering that the nervous system has adapted to. The pain is not pleasant, but it is predictable. Think about the difference between two scenarios. In the first, you are hurt by someone you know very well. You know how they disappoint you. You know what to expect afterward. In the second, you step into a new situation with potential. You don't know how it will end. You don't know who you will become inside it. One feels painful. The other feels threatening. The nervous system prefers pain it can regulate over uncertainty it cannot control. This is why people stay where they are mistreated. This is why people remain in environments that suffocate them. This is why people cling to habits they already hate. The mind says, at least I know how to survive this, and survival always outranks fulfillment. Over time, pain stops being something you experience. It becomes something you organize yourself around. This is where the trap deepens. Your personality adapts to the environment that hurts you. Your humor becomes defensive. Your expectations shrink. Your self-image adjusts to justify endurance. You don't just live in the pain. You become fluent in it. Eventually, your identity becomes intertwined with the struggle. And this is why change feels terrifying. Because leaving familiar pain doesn't just remove suffering. It removes the version of you that learned how to survive it. If the pain disappears, who are you without the coping mechanisms? Without the identity built around endurance? Without the story you've been telling yourself? The brain interprets this as a threat to existence. So it protects the pain. Not because pain is good, but because pain preserves identity. Most people imagine fear as panic. Sweaty palms. Racing heart, overwhelming anxiety. But the most powerful fear doesn't feel like fear at all. It feels like reasoning. It sounds like, this isn't the right time. I should wait until I'm more prepared. What if this goes wrong? This is not logic. It is fear disguised as responsibility. Familiar pain lowers expectations. When expectations are low, disappointment feels survivable. Peace raises expectations. And raised expectations increase emotional risk. So the mind stays where it knows how much it can lose. Pain keeps emotional investment limited. And limited investment feels safe. Many people believe awareness should be enough to change behavior. If I understand myself, I'll stop. But awareness does not regulate the nervous system. You can understand your trauma perfectly and still repeat the same behavior. Because behavior is driven by emotional safety, not insight. The body must learn that uncertainty is survivable. Until that happens, knowledge changes nothing. This is why people attend therapy for years and still return to the same patterns. The mind understands. The nervous system resists. Every day the brain makes a silent trade. Certainty now in exchange for long-term cost. Familiar pain offers immediate orientation. Growth demands temporary chaos. The brain chooses orientation. This is not weakness. It is biology. But biology does not care about meaning. It cares about predictability. Leaving familiar pain requires more than courage. It requires tolerating disorientation. You must exist without a script, without emotional armor, without knowing who you will become. Most people were never taught how to do this. So they return to what they know, not because they are broken, but because the unknown still feels unsafe. Freedom is not the absence of pain. It is the ability to remain grounded when certainty disappears. When the unknown no longer feels like danger, familiar pain loses its grip. Understanding this does not instantly change your life, but it changes how you interpret resistance. And that shift matters, because the goal is not to escape pain. The goal is to stop needing pain to feel real.